Alright guys, welcome to Jewls Creations. I'm going to do a little talk while I put on my makeup. Hopefully it's not a long talk, but it's something that just happened not too long ago. And when I say, remember the decisions you make today will not just affect you, but those that love you and surround you, it really, really is important, you guys. I hope that people take that to heart. And again, I'm sorry, I'm trying to put my makeup on. We're going to our region, so I need to hurry up. But I wanted to make this video because I want people to know that it's so important, sorry, that we need to think about others when we make choices, okay? Decisions. Some things could be life-changing for us and life-changing for others that depend on us, okay? So, you might not think that you're important, but you are. You really, really are. You're important to your kids. You're important to your spouse. You're important to people in our community, people at church. There's so many things that the enemy tries to make you believe that you're not important, but we really are. We really are, even if people don't tell us all the time that we are important. We are important. But again, the devil's going to always come at us and make us feel like we're not important, we're not loved, we're not wanted, okay? But we are. So something happened just recently, and it kind of shocked some people because, honestly, we don't know what really happened. You know what I mean? We really don't know until we hear it from the mouth of the person, right? And even then, you really don't know. Only God knows, okay? We're not here to judge. We're here to help as much as we can. So, and if that person did what they did, what they're saying that she did, then you know what? God could still forgive her. God could still transform him or her. And that's that. We are nobody to judge anybody. We don't know what they've been through. We don't know what their life has been. And we don't know what stresses they've been at, right? Sometimes stress in life in general just gets to you. Kids in general get to you. Your husband, your spouse, things in life, your job, right? Of course, whatever we decide to do with that, it's going to change our whole world, really. So we need to be careful of what we do, how we say things, and everything else, right? So I just want to encourage you guys. If there's something that's going on in your life and you're a single parent, or you feel like there's just too much going on in your life and you're trying to help people and you feel overwhelmed, I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there because anything can make you feel overwhelmed, and then you might not want to say anything to anybody because you feel like maybe they're going to be like, well, really? But you know what? Some people could take more stress than others, okay? Or they don't know how to deal with it. Because the Bible says that he will never give us more than we could handle. But again, sometimes we put ourselves in those situations. And I'm saying that because it's true. I remember myself when I first got saved, people would ask me for rides because I've always been driving after I moved out of my house. And people from church would ask me, and people from not from church, but, you know, they would ask me if I could give them a ride to get groceries or to go to church or whatever the thing was. And there were some times that I would say yes to two different things at the same time, and I wouldn't realize it. So then I was feeling overwhelmed because then I'm feeling like I'm a bad Christian or a bad person because now I can't keep my commitment. But the reality was that I was committing myself too much. I was overwhelming myself. And so I had to learn, and I prayed, and I told God, God, help me so I could be able to say no to certain things, right? And it's okay to say no, you guys, sometimes. It's okay. The thing is that we're not, maybe we want people to like us, maybe we want people to, or we mean well, you know? I don't know. We've helped a lot of people in our lifetime with my husband. We helped people stay here while they get, themselves together again, back in line or back out there at work, or maybe they're going through some stuff with their spouse and abuse. So we've helped people. Have we gotten a thank you all the time? No. Most of the time we don't. And it's okay. We don't do it for people to say thank you or anything to us. We do it because what we do it upon the Lord. That's how we do it. But I'm just saying, like, you gotta, whenever you do something, do it out of your heart. Do it unto the Lord. Don't do it expecting a thank you, expecting anything in return, you guys. And again, this is how we run our house here in our household, in the Mendiola household. We put God first, right? Then it's our spouse, then our kids, and then it's our other immediate family, right? So that's how we work here. And the reason I say that is because there was a time, actually before my husband and I got married, when you talk about certain things, I told my husband, I said, I need to say this. I need to say that we are serving God in our own ways, our own capacities. We're both different. But if you ever backslide, you can never tell me I have to stop going to church. And if I ever do, I cannot tell you you have to stop going to church. Because God has to be our number one in our household. Number one. Okay? That's the foundation for us. So with that, when he backslid, he never told me, don't go to church. You're too much in church. No, because he used to be in church. He knows how involved we are, right? Or we could get. Of course, you got to take care of your spouse and your kids and make sure that that's taken care of. So the devil doesn't come and try to put stuff in there whatever it is. So I just kind of wanted to come in here and not exposing anybody, honestly. It just got me thinking, you guys. It really did got me thinking of, and I got more thinking in it because this guy that I was watching, he made a comment in my YouTube, and he said, that I'm doing a good job. And I really appreciate that because most of my viewers are my daughter's age, okay? So they're young kids, and I'm trying to expand to the older community or people that are disabled, right? Because I am disabled, and I want them to know that if I could do it, they could do it, right? I'm trying to encourage them. But what got me thinking a little bit more, that's my dog. He wants to go out, but he's gonna have to wait. He put a video about his friend. I guess when he used to be on the streets. No, Coco. Used to be on the streets, and they used to. There might be somebody in the front yard, and that's why he's barking, or by the door. He's a good guard dog, you guys. He really is. But sometimes He's annoying like right now. But sorry. So, with that said, when he was talking about his friend being incarcerated, and he was just talking about, because he preps, he was talking if anything ever really happened, if what do we think the people, the prisoners that are going to be released or whatever. And so, for me, I've never thought about that, to be honest with you, but it's something to think about. He was talking about just a little bit about it, how there's police officers and stuff that work at the prisons, that they live around the area where the jails are, the prisons are. So if they ever have to take the inmates, they're not going to drop them off in their city. They're going to drop them off somewhere else. So he was saying, like, how about if they drop them off in your city? Are you prepared for that? Are you ready for that? And most likely we're not, because, again, I had not been thinking about that, right? None of us think about that. So, and it just got me thinking of when we're out here, we are in this country where we are blessed, where we do have freedom. We have freedom of speech, freedom of everything. We could go to the restaurant we want to. We could go to the grocery store we want to. We could go to work. We get paid. Nobody tells us when we have to go to sleep, when we have to wake up. None of that stuff, you guys. Okay? Sorry, put on my lipstick. So, it got me thinking that we are truly blessed. We really are. So, we need to appreciate more. Sorry, that's my mole. So I just try to, because it looks kind of fake when you put the lipstick on. And I don't want it to look fake because it's there. Okay. So it got me just thinking, like, okay, we need to be a little bit more grateful, more thankful. And I think I'm going to talk to my kids so they could have more of a gratitude, right? Because sometimes they complain of, oh, we're going to eat chicken again and whatever. But you know what? They can't choose what to eat. And even if they didn't want to eat that, and if they had money to go buy a hamburger or a hot dog or whatever, they can't do that. They have to eat whatever they give them, right? So this is a good study to do, because we have to be grateful. We have to be grateful for what we have. And we have to think before we speak. We have to think before we react. We have to think before everything. Because we can't take stuff back. There's some stuff you cannot take away. Like, you can't bring back a life. You cannot take words that you said to somebody. Hurtful words. It will go in their lives forever. Like, they'll think about it because the devil will bring it back. So let's think about what we say, what we do, how we do things. Let's just think about it. Let's think about it, you guys. So I hope that you guys find this helpful. And for you kids that watch our channel, I hope you guys really, really take this into heart and see that your parents are doing the best that they can. Okay? They love you. We love you. And we try to do the best that we can to have you in a good place, shelter place, food on your table, a roof under your head, clothes on you. Don't complain so much, because if you were in juvenile hall, in prison, or even in the system like CPS, I have heard so many bad stories, wicked stories of kids being in CPS and in the system. And they don't take care of them. Sometimes, unfortunately, some of those people that take the kids are just for the money. And that is sad to say, but it's true. And I'm not saying everybody does that, because not everybody does that, but I've heard stories. And I know people that have taken kids and they have turned them around for the good. I have seen it. I have seen it with my own eyes. So not everybody's bad, but again, what are we doing? Do we want to put ourselves in those conditions, in those circumstances? We shouldn't. We really shouldn't. So let's try to make this a better, positive environment in our home, with our children, with our kids, with our spouses, with our church, and with our peers at work or at school. Okay? Remember, you don't know what they're going through. You don't know if they have two parents in the home. You don't know if they are in the system. They could be in the system, you guys, because they've taken them away from their parents because their parents were not being good parents. I don't know. Or, I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know. It's just crazy, but just think about that. I hope you guys think about that, and I hope you guys reflect on that. So be blessed, all right? Remember, the decisions you make today will not just affect you, but those that love you and surround you. This has hit home to my heart. So please, please make good choices. Bye.